Welcome back, everyone. In today's tutorial, I will walk you through the step-by-step process of unlocking your DJI drone using DJI Unlock and a computer. I understand that we can do some of this, not all, using the DJI app, but this tutorial is about unlocking your drone using a computer. Knowing how to unlock your drone safely and legally is crucial if you're going to be flying in controlled airspace. So let's get right to it. Before we begin, it's important to note that unlocking your DJI drone allows you to access restricted and controlled fly zones and maximize your drone's flight capabilities. But keep in mind that safety and compliance with local regulations, federal too, should always be your top priority. So if we are going to be flying in controlled airspace, then we need to have the proper authorization. Let's start with LAANC. To obtain LAANC authorization, I use Airspace Link /AirHub. You can use whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to take you through the process here. So first, log in. So first, type in the address of the place that you know you're going to be flying. In my case, it's going to be in BWI's airspace. And there it is. Now I'm just going to zoom out a little bit so that you can see the grids. See how I am here in the 400 grid? All right, so now that I know this, I'm going to click on New Operation, and I'm going to call it Frankfurt Avenue. It is going to be under Commercial Part 107. I am flying tomorrow, and I'm going to actually click again, and I'm going to fly at noon. So I'll select noon here. And the duration will be 2 hours. Louisa Winters. I'm going to be flying the DJI Inspire 2. Here is the 1, here's the 2. It's my phone number, and my operation is going to take me to 400 feet. So that's what I'm going to write in here, 400. And now I need to give them an area. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and my area is going to be here. Now I'm going to save the operation, and immediately it asks me if I want to request approval. So I'm going to click on Submit because yes, I want to request approval. And now immediately it is approved, and they sent me an email. And it's giving me one active advisory, so I can click here and just read, and it's about the stadium. This is fairly close, not that close, but fairly close to 2 stadiums that we have in Baltimore, one for the Ravens, one for the Orioles, and it's just telling me that, hey, if there's a game, you won't be able to fly. And that's it. I have authorization to fly in this area. Now, let's go to the drone zone. Same thing, you need to log in, agree. And now let's launch the drone owners and pilots dashboard. And now I'm going to apply for a Part 107 waiver and space authorization. There are instructions here. I'm not going to go through any of that. I'm just going to click on Create Part 107 Waiver and Authorization. And it's going to ask me if it's an operational waiver or an airspace authorization. This is going to be an airspace authorization. Start the application. Give it a name. I'll give it a name Test 1 because I'm not really going through this. I'm just going through this to show you. And click on Next. And make sure that you give them the operation parameters. And here, I'm not going to take you to every single thing here, but there is one thing that I do want to tell you. In the description of the proposed operation, make sure that you write how you will achieve safety. So for example, if you wanted to fly on the 0 grid of, say, BWI, because that's my airspace, tell them why you're going to ensure safety. One of the things that I have done is that I look at the map and I see if there are cell towers close by, water towers, and then I say, hey, you know, this particular water tower is at 150 feet, and I'm going to be flying only at 100. So there is no chance of a collision to any kind of aircraft. So those things really, really work when you emphasize how you will maintain safety. Remember that FAA doesn't really care why you need to fly. A lot of time pilots just go, oh, I need to fly because it's a job, it's crucial. Yeah, they don't care about that. They care about how you will ensure safety. All right, once you submit, wait. They say up to 90 days. I find them to be much faster than that. And then with authorization in hand, now we can go to the DJI Unlock. So this is the DJI Unlock webpage. So fly-safe.dji.com/unlock/request/list. Now log in, and here you can see all of the unlock requests that I have. So let's go first to the device management. These are the devices that I have already in here. If you needed to add a new device, go ahead and do that. You need to enter the flight controller serial number. So you need to connect to the drone, and in the DJI Go app or whatever app you're using, make sure that you type in the flight controller serial number, the aircraft model, and then your device name. That's whatever call name you want to give it. I'm going to cancel because I already have what I need. This is the drone that I'm going to be using, which is the DJI Mavic 3. I have the Cine, but in here they don't have the Cine, they only have the Pro. And the device name is, my call sign for my device is the Cine Lu. Now let's go to the unlock request. If I go to the unlock request here, confirm it, you can do a custom unlocking. We're going to go through that very soon. Or you can go through the zone unlocking. Let's go ahead and do that now. So click on zone unlocking and then click confirm. And now the identity, the organization name. So this is just my personal account. I am a customer, Luisa Winters, my phone number, which devices you're going to use. And I actually do need to add a device. I need to add the Inspire 2. And I'm going to enter the flight controller number. The device is the DJI Inspire 2. And the device name is the Inspi Lu. Confirm, and there you go. So I can now select the Inspire 2 from here, and it immediately gives me the serial number for the flight controller. The pilot is just going to be me, and now I can go to next. It's asking me which zone I want to unlock. So I'm going to go to BWI, and I want to unlock from BWI. It's around here, but it's the entire zone that you unlock. So I'm going to click on that. And there you go, authorization zone, Baltimore, Washington International. The time range is going to be tomorrow. And they always ask for a reason. So I'm just going to say cinematic shots of buildings and click on submit. Notice that they're not asking for proof of your authorization. They trust that you know what you're doing, and all you have to do is click on submit. Submission successful and all that good stuff. Right now, you see it right here, accepted. Now, let's go to a new unlock request. Confirm it, and this time is going to be a custom unlocking. The device is going to be the Mavic 3 Pro, and the pilot is going to be me. The address is going to be Brookside Gardens in Wheaton, Maryland, and you can see it right here. This is in the Washington, D.C. freeze, It is obviously a very restricted zone, and this is what I have. So I'm just going to zoom in. I have authorization to fly the entire park. So I'm going to go to the circle, and I'm going to put it here in the middle. I'm going to name this Brookside Gardens. And all I did was click on the pencil, and latitude, longitude, and then the radius is going to be in feet. And I get 1,520 feet, which is a quarter of a nautical mile, roughly. So 1,520 feet, which is roughly a quarter of a nautical mile. So 1,520 feet, click OK. And now I will adjust the circle to around yay. So I want to cover part of the Brookside Nature Center, part of the Brookside Gardens, and definitely the Visitor Center and all of that good stuff. It's asking me for the start date. I'm going to say today. And the end date, my authorization ends on the 28th. So the 28th, it's looking for a reason. So cinematic, shots of gardens. And this time, this is the Washington, D.C. freeze. So it's not as easy, right? So it's going to ask me, hey, to upload proof of that. And thankfully, I have it. So I have in here a document that the FAA/TSA sent me, granting me authorization. And this document, I'm going to upload it. And there you go. And just so that you see, the document itself is giving me the authorization. So you see it right there, 1800 Glen Allen Avenue from May 11th to May 28th. And it's listing my drones. See it right here, Cinelou, DJI Mavic 3. And of course, on this side is the registration, the FAA registration, and the transmitter ID. And in here, you have me as listed as one of the pilots. So this lists me as one of the pilots. It lists my equipment. So I am good to go. I'm going to close this and go back to the unlock request. All I have to do is click on submit. And as soon as I get the email that it got accepted, I can go into the remote of my drone and unlock it. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so now in here, I go under safety, unlocked geo zone, and these are the authorizations that I have, not just for this drone, but for other drones as well. I can import them into the aircraft, right? See where it says account unlocking licenses, and then the aircraft unlocking licenses, and I have the self-unlock authorization, and I also have the Brookside authorization. So those are both turned on. I can turn them off by simply clicking there, and I can just turn one of them on, and you see in here is giving me a map of what I unlocked, and this is the Brookside Gardens. I can turn it on, and then it's going to ask me to confirm I am qualified, and I agree to assume full liability. Click on agree, and there you go. Let me go to the previous one, and I'm going to shut it off. If I turn this one on, so that's the one for the self-unlocking. That's the one that I did for BWI. I am qualified, I agree, click on agree, and you got it. And if you click on it, notice that it doesn't go anywhere, even though it's valid. It's not giving you a map of what this is unlocking. And that's it. You are now equipped with the knowledge of how to unlock your DJI drone using the DJI Unlock feature in a computer. I, again, understand that you can do this doing the DJI app, but you can't do all of it. And besides, that's for another tutorial. Remember that unlocking should always be done responsibly and in accordance with local and federal laws and regulations. Thank you for joining me in this tutorial. I hope that you found it useful. If you did, please hit like, hit subscribe, and again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.